Look, I'm warning you, this stuff is boring, but it will get you to $10,000 per month fast. Now, since it's probably the first time you and I meet, why should you listen to me? My name is Fred, and I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur from a lower middle class background. I went from having only $400 to my name over 5 years ago to making $1,000 a day at 21, selling services and consulting. Now, to be completely transparent with you, the truth is, it took me 10 years from the moment I discovered online business at 11 years old to the moment I had my first $1,000 day in sales at only 21. My goal with this video is to share with you the things I wish someone could have told me back when I started my first businesses. Because I can tell you with certainty that if I had known these things I'm going to share with you in just a second, I would have found success online so much faster and the whole process would have been much smoother. Let me ask you a question. What explains the difference in pay between an average fast food employee and a brain surgeon? The answer might seem obvious, but bear with me here. The fast food employee is easily replaceable. Their boss could literally pick anyone off the street and turn them into a productive fast food employee within the hour. Now, could you really pick anyone off the street and turn them into a decent brain surgeon in just a matter of hours? Obviously, the answer is no, and that explains the difference in pay. The fast food employee and the brain surgeon both solve problems for people, except that the kind of problems that are solved by a brain surgeon are much more valuable than the problems solved by a fast food employee. So why am I telling you this? You need to understand that in business, it's not about you, it's about what the customers want. Forget about your passion, forget about yourself for a moment, and ask yourself, what do other people want? Now, it's good to come up with your hypothesis of what you think others want, but what's even better is asking them directly. Let's say you wanted to work with real estate agents. What would they need? What problems could you fix for them? Remember, the more urgent and painful the problems that you solve for people, the more you'll be able to charge for it. And that is also why conducting sales meetings with your prospects is an essential part of the process. Not only do you get to build trust with your leads to paint a clear picture of what they want and how much they're willing to pay for it, but you also get to close deals and to make money in the process, helping people. Now, the truth is, when you're trying to start or grow a business, there are many moving pieces that you need to take into consideration. It can very quickly become overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing. And while you can try to do it alone and figure it all out on your own, I'm warning you, you will probably burn thousands of dollars you've worked so hard to earn. And it will also most likely cost you years of your life that instead you could have been making money being financially free. That is, if only you had followed the correct process. I can tell you for a fact that if I hadn't invested in myself or spoken with certain people at key turning points in my life, I would not be making this video today, and I would have never ever been able to have my first $1,000 day in sales at only 21. It's only because I learned the right strategies from the right mentors that I was able to get to where I am today. Now, if you want to discover how I went from struggling financially to generating $1,000 a day at 21, selling services and consulting, I've recorded a free training in which I share with you my step-by-step process. That way, you can literally just copy me. Now, if you're an agency owner, a coach, or a consultant, and you want to copy my automated system that works 24/7 and brings me 155 meetings per month with qualified leads, check out the link in description below. Or, if you're ready to talk business, you can book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you to build or scale your business. Again, all of the links will be in description below. Consume less, produce more. This phrase changed my life. You see, if you were to ask most people, do you want to make more money? Most people would say yes. I can guarantee it for a fact. After all, we live in a world that runs on money. If you have a lot of it, you'll live a pretty good life. You are guaranteed to face shitty situations and to suffer. Growing up in the lower middle class, all of my life, I witnessed the people I love breaking their backs only to be treated like commodities and to earn breadcrumbs. My mother worked a dangerous night job as a nursing assistant, and I say dangerous because she had to deal with very violent patients, thugs that got into knife fights, drug dealers, convicted felons, so as you can see, not exactly the friendly type. And when it comes to my father, he settled for a 9-to-5 job that made him miserable. Every day I would hear my parents complaining about the price of bread or lettuce, while at the same time, I could see these rich kids at school getting driven around in brand new Porsches or BMWs. Their parents would buy them the brand new iPhone every year, while at the time, I didn't even have a phone. And when it was time to come back to school in September, after the summer break, they would tell stories about their vacations to Rome, to Greece, to New York City, and I felt inspired, but at the same time, I was envious, because back then, we never did any of these things with my family. So from a very young age, I understood it was my duty as a son to free my parents from the misery that is the lower middle class, and to give back what they've given me. And it was also my duty, as older brother, to show my sister that she could always count on me, no matter what, and that I would always be there to provide for her if needed. I want you to remember this phrase: producers make money, consumers spend money. Most people I know spend most of their time consuming, not producing. producing. Sure, they had a 9 to 5, so it's a form of production, but they would just show up, do their time, not really try to do better, and then, during their free time, they would just watch TV. If you want to make more money, you need to become a producer. This doesn't mean you have to stop consuming, because that's not realistic. We need to consume just to be alive. But if you're honest with yourself, you probably spend most of your time consuming instead of producing, entertaining yourself, which is why you need to make the shift. Now, producing can be creating content, providing services for customers, taking sales meetings, etc. Now you see, a lot of beginners make the mistake of obsessing over a distant problem that's actually not even real. And they do that instead of focusing on the next steps ahead they need to take in order to get their first customers. If you're not even booking meetings with your ideal customers yet, you don't need to worry about client onboarding or service delivery. Take it one step at a time. Focus on the step that's right ahead. Do you know what kills more dreams than anything else? Doubt. I bet that right now, you're probably thinking about all the potential obstacles you could encounter on your way to getting your first customer. You're thinking about sales, about how to deliver results, what price to charge your offer, what offer to even sell, who to sell it to. You're thinking about ads, about scaling, about everything all at once. Instead, just focus on the next steps ahead. If you're not even booking meetings with qualified leads, if your calendar isn't packed, that's what you need to obsess over right now. Filling your calendar. In fact, I'm actually recording this video between two sales calls. Now, to be honest, the reason why I see lots of business owners struggling to get customers, it's not because their offer is bad. It's because they're not getting enough calls, so they're not even pitching enough people. If you're still relying solely on cold email to get customers, then of course you only book 5 to 6 meetings a month at best. Nowadays, I get that in a day with a proven automated system that works for me 24/7. That means even while I'm asleep or relaxing with my loved ones. Now, if you want to learn how I'm able to book 150 plus meetings per month with qualified leads, check out the link in the description below. But what you need to understand is that you need to sell your service or your product before you build it. Why? Because if you do the opposite, you build your product or service before you even sell it, you run the risk of wasting weeks, even months of your life, coming up with a product or a service that nobody actually buys. So by selling it before you build it, not only do you remove the risk of creating something that people don't even want, but on top of that, you'll be able to create a much better product because you'll be able to directly ask your market, your ideal customers, what they need and what they want. You can't know in advance what your customers want unless you have a direct conversation with them and you ask them. And finally, you need to focus on the 3 activities that print cash on demand. And those would be getting leads, so booking appointments with your ideal customers, conducting sales meetings and closing leads, and then the 3rd activity is service delivery, getting your customer the result that you promised, but that comes last. If you can do that successfully, believe me when I say, you will print cash on demand and you will never have to worry about the price of anything ever again. The reason why 99% of people fail to build a proper business, and the reason why it took me so long to get customers, to close deals, it was because I wasn't following these 3 activities properly. I wasn't booking enough meetings, I wasn't signing enough customers, and so I had to learn how to do that from successful people who had done it themselves. And that's how I've been able to get to where I am today. That's how nowadays my calendar is packed with qualified leads every month. So look, you need to make a choice. You can keep watching YouTube videos on how to make more money, but that won't make you more money. Or if you're committed to building your business, to becoming financially free, you can check out the free resources in the description below, or book a free call with me and my team directly and we'll speak. We'll see if we can help you to build your business. That being said, if you found this video harmful, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel and empower ambitious individuals across the globe to become financially free.